Hey friends, it's Coach Roger, you live younger, longer health coach. I gotta admit, I'm frustrated this week because the views didn't match the message. Well, I did a little bit of digging on YouTube and found all kinds of other things that they tell you about your video. And the thing I learned is that over this year, people have been paying attention, and what I'm doing and what I'm saying is making a difference. So today, the title of today is, Am I Sick? It's a question that can change your life. Age is inevitable, but aging isn't. We've covered a lot of ground this year. We've started out with just who I am, my story, and everything else. We're going to talk a little bit more about that today. But we talked about diets. We talked about diet being a noun, not a verb. A diet is something you eat. It is what you eat. It's not what you do. It's what you eat. We got talked about 6 factors of aging. If you remember those, attitude. It's all about living lean. Attitude, stress, eating correctly. It's something else. Why do we listen? Why do you listen to come in week after week and listen to Coach Roger? Well, I walk the walk and I talk the talk. If you remember my story, 18 years ago, when I was 63, okay, you do the math, I'm 81. 18 years ago, I had a heart attack with nothing wrong with me. Wow, that's right. That's why the title today is, Am I Sick? You don't know, do you? I didn't. But the altitude when I was skiing on top of Steamboat Mountain got me. And my 80% Widowmaker was blocked. And I had a heart attack. Thank goodness it's mild, but the thing I've learned, no heart attack is to be taken lightly. And thanks to a stranger on an airplane, I learned something about nutrition and how I had not been living well. Well, this past week, the last few calls or last few messages I've been giving you, it's all about thriving after 55. And that's what I got so excited when I listened to Yvonne Voss's story a couple of weeks back and invited her for an interview. And that's what I was frustrated with, that here I'm trying to reach you when you're thriving over 55, thriving over 60, thriving over 75. That's where we're going. And that was her story. If you remember, her story was she thought she was fine. She looked good on the outside. She's 57 now, so she discovered the fruits and vegetables about 3 years ago, where I discovered them by accident 18 years ago. She discovered them from a friend. So that's where I'm going with all this. Am I sick? You don't know. But she was, I couldn't believe it when I saw her myself, that she had gastric bypass surgery and was sick on the inside. She said to look at her, there was nothing wrong with her, but she knew she was sick on the inside. And when she discovered good nutrition, it kind of changed her life. And that's where we are. So what I'm talking about doing is, I learned to take control at 63. So many people, part of their problem is they don't take control of their life. They don't take control of their health. That's what you got to do. You need to improve your health span so that your lifespan can go longer. And as we talked about it, we struggle with consistency in nutrition. I do. Yeah, I do darn near every day. But when, like yesterday, we got a garden right over here over my shoulder, and my wife fixed a salad for lunch. Had one piece of ham on it, and some veggies, and it was excellent. It lasted me till supper time. It was great. That's what it's all about. But even when we try, we don't get the right nutrition in our bodies, and that's part of it is the fact that our soils are depleted. We're worried about production, and over time, the phytonutrients in our plants have decreased. And that's where supplementation comes in. And we've talked about supplementation. There's thousands of them out there. There really are. And I'm not here trying to sell you supplements. I'm here trying to convince you or inspire you that you need to do something to take charge of your health. Because we're living in a society that is driven by advertising, it's driven by Wall Street, it's driven by pharmaceutical companies. And a pill is not the answer. If you're putting something in your body that's making you sick, then don't put it in your body. Eat real food. But if you go back to Yvonne's story and my story, we both found the supplement that I favor, and that's Juice Plus, 30 fruits and veggies in capsules, plus the other products the company has. We found them by accident. Mine was from an angel on the airplane flying out to Colorado that introduced me to it by accident. And same with Yvonne. She didn't want any part of it. A friend of hers introduced her to it. It didn't stop. So that's why I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. I'm not here to sell you Juice Plus. If you want to buy it, that's great. If you want to buy it from me, that's even better. But my mission is Yvonne's mission, in all of us are on a mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. And that is through adding Juice Plus to your diet. Now, there are differences in supplements in the fact that Juice Plus carries a food label is the biggest one. But you just have to take charge of your health. How you do it is up to you. But I want you to comment. I'm ready for some help. Talk to me. Give me a call. Check out my page. Because the mission is what we're about. And I've seen my story and Yvonne's story in over the 18 years I've been associated with this incredible company of Juice Plus. I've listened to hundreds of stories of better health. And it just is. So consider it. Look it up. Because I know one thing, nutraceuticals, the definition of nutraceuticals is part of or a plant that has medicinal properties. Whereas pharmaceuticals are just that. They're something made up by man to treat a symptom. And a lot of the symptoms we get, we can put aside because of our nutrition and lifestyle. So I hope this is intriguing and that you'll check me out even further and comment. And if you're 40, 50, 60, or like me, that thriving after 75, wherever you are, don't wait for a wake-up call. I had mine. I pray you don't have one. But if you're in your 50s, 40s, 50s, early 60s, are you funding your IRAH? Or are you taking a deposit from it? Or are you making a withdrawal? It's critical. Ask yourself, am I truly healthy or just getting by? If this message resonates, drop a comment and reach out. I'm here for everyone. Thanks for listening. And as Hippocrates said in 4th century BC, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. God bless. We'll see you next week.